All right, guys, and we're going to take a couple of other 15, 20 seconds. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and just announce yourself and where you're chiming in from. Don't be shy. I know I didn't mute everybody out, but I think people are muted. Ron Bell, I see your line unmuted. Hey, Mr. Ron Bell, glad to have you, sir.
This is Jazzy from Atlanta.
Jazzy from Atlanta, welcome. Who else we got out there on the line?
Vince from Columbia, South Carolina.
South Carolina, Vince, welcome, sir. Glad to have you tonight.
DJ out of Rankin, Georgia.
DJ, Rankin, Georgia, welcome, sir. Glad to have you.
Jessica Washington out of Beaufort, South Carolina.
Hey, Miss Jessica, welcome. Glad to have you.
Patricia Hill from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport, Louisiana. I can hear the accent. I love it. Glad to have you there, Shreveport. Absolutely. Who else we got out there on the line? Folks are just piling on in. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely.
Dorcas from Savannah, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia in the house. ATL, well represented. Well, guys, listen, we're going to go ahead and get things rocking and rolling. Let me go ahead and mute out the lines here so we have a clear call. All right. All right, well, fantastic. Well, folks, as always, man, it's always a plum-pleasing pleasure to be able to hear and share this information on tonight. But I tell you what, I will not be the one presenting for you tonight, but trust me, the individual that's coming up here, he's more than well qualified to be able to bring you this information on tonight. You know, I will say this about this brother, even before I get to his accomplishments and accolades, he's just a real, just genuine person. I mean, literally will give you the shirt off his back and give you his whole heart. And you know, one of those people, like once they are in, like mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, they are in this, ladies and gentlemen, tooth and nail. You know, it's one of those where even if I wasn't involved in doing this, they are doing this, right? And that's one of those type of folks, you know, just been a joy, literally, being able to talk with this brother often over the phone. We're game planning. We're really just talking about the vision and the future of where we're going to be taking this business and organization. Already a documented seven-figure earner in terms of building a business in the people-to-people space. Is not a rookie in doing this. And folks, that said something. When someone is seasoned, that's, you know, been doing this, and when he saw this, it's really like any leader that sees this, it is literally hard to unsee it, because you really see it from a whole total people and team perspective. Because real leaders are not about them just winning. They're about other people winning, but definitely purposeful partnerships. Okay, guys, this is one of those leaders where if you meet him, not even at the 50-yard line, if you just get to the 2-yard line, he's going to take you the whole 98 other yards, you know, all the way to the 100-yard line for a touchdown. And so I'm talking about a gentleman out of the great city of Atlanta. Georgia is the state. Just has just an impeccable attitude, just an impeccable fire with this project, and has 1,000% of the information. And so, guys, before I bring him on, if you guys would just unmute yourselves, okay, and just give him some love or show him some hearts, give him a hoorah before I bring him up. Let me just get some energy in the room here real quick. Unmute yourselves.
Let's go.
I love it. I love it.
Let's
Come on now.
go.
I need some more. I need some more. Come on, come on. I need some more.
Go,
Come
let's
on.
go. Yeah.
Bring it on.
All right, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, folks, I will give you none other than Atlanta's own, out of the ATL, Mr. Eric Muhammad, sir. If you are there, take it over. The show is yours, folks. Eric Muhammad, is there. There you go.
I'm here. I'm rich.
We love it.
I love it.
Ready for Revolution family. Look, I'm so honored. I have a profound privilege and pleasure to be before you today. It's a very humbling space to be because I'm before people who want for each other what they want for themselves. And that's the crux to everything in terms of success. If we want success, we must be willing to help people get what they want in order for you to get what you want. I need to pause right here because that man that just gave that introduction, you know, he's a heart wrencher. He just knows how to he just brings it out of you. I have nothing but love, appreciation, and accolades for Brother Doug Ford. I feel like we're twinning in many respects because when I saw this thing, I could not fathom anyone else not seeing it, not being able to see it. It was almost sacrilegious, you know? And then I saw it, and I saw it through a 13-minute video. Just a few months ago, just a little over 3 months ago now. I saw this video and I watched this man go back and forth in front of his camera. And I watched him deal with this not flip chart, but dry erase board and others. I watched him paint the picture of what this truly is. And in a matter of seconds, I mean, seconds into the video, when he talked about 100% mutual benefit, that caught my attention because I hadn't been a part of anything that gave that. When he talked about people getting paid beyond him or yourselves, you secure the membership. I was wide open. There was just no way in the world that I would not be a part of this, and there was no way that anybody that was within my sphere or scope would not be a part of it. But yet and still, it happens. I want to thank Brother Ford for being that model, that role model, that leader, that go-get-it person who he's just about it. And I have nothing but admiration, love, and respect for what he's done, what he continues to do, and when he imparts on all of us each and every single day. So what do we have here today? We have, I see people still coming in, we have an opportunity unlike anything that has ever been done, an opportunity that you could actually miss if you don't pay attention. So we want some undivided attention right now. We want you to put the pets away. We want you to put your children away. You're one of those who say you got a lot on your plate. I want you to take that plate to the trash pail right now and just scrape off a portion of it. You need to make room for this. You need to make room for this. What we're going to provide you with is something that, instead of just wanting you to visualize it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Just take a look here if I can get it to work. There we go. I want you to see this, and I want you to imagine this being your wallet. I want you to see this as your bank. And I want you to see reoccurring deposits coming in. Just keeps going, just keeps flowing. Known as what we call it income, folks. We're talking about predictable, ongoing, passive income that's part of a system. It's a one-time execution system that will reward you the rest of your life. And you're going to learn how you can be a part of that immediately. Because what we have here for you, we're going to show you the little known strategy the smartest new millionaires are using to become their own bank, to recapture interest on loans and beat hedge funds at their own game. You know, you only have one or two options here. You either be the bank or you're going to owe the bank. Those are the only two options you're going to have, right? You're in a position right now to take advantage of an opportunity in the life of it and with the monies that it was created for. Let me explain that real quick. You know, money is only worth its weight to any individual when you operate with it in the age that it was created for. You had an industrial age, for an example. So you had Henry Ford, you had Andrew Carnegie, you had Charles Schwab. You had all these people that came through a particular era of time. And in that particular era of time, a money cauldron was developed. A cash flow was developed. And this was developed based off of the ingenuity of the day, of the time. And if you got down with it, excuse the vernacular, if you got down with it, you earned full value because of the asset class it was associated with. So now, what does that mean? That meant that you had those homes where you had maybe 4 or 5 family members, only one worked, you had the white picket fence, you had all that stuff going on. Didn't have to worry about college tuitions, you didn't have to worry about loans, you didn't have to worry about house loans, anything like that. Why? Because you were working with money that was created to operate in the age of the time. I'm excited, so y'all got to forgive me. Right now, what happens when you work with the money assigned to the time? You also have something to bequeath. You have something to give over to people. You have something to leave. So you have many people who had worked out of inheritance. I'm saying all that to say this. This opportunity in front of you now is known as a digital age. This digital age opportunity is where money moves with speed, moves with preciseness, moves with accuracy, and moves in your favor when you give it a home, when you give it a space to work with. Let me tell you this, money, folks, goes where it's welcome. Goes where it's invited and stays where it's welcome. Well, are you willing to make a home for money? Are you willing to make a home for money? Because then money will, in fact, work for you. So I'm going to show you a little more about this presentation, what we have in store for you. We want you to understand that you are a part of a member-owned bank. Here in this opportunity, and we present to you as Smarter Than Money, we are a cooperative organization that shows a lot of people how to do a little bit to have much. A cooperative, a member-owned bank, where this bank that is structured by our memberships. I'm gonna kill my camera here. It leverages the power of artificial intelligence and financial technology. Now, many of you, I would like for you to make use of the chat. I want you to write down in your notes, write down the words be, do, and have. That's the only way business operates. You have to be willing to be the business, do what's required, and you'll have the reward it dictates. What is any business but a problem solver? That's all a business is. And folks, when you solve a large enough problem, then you have the lion's share of reward. Here, the solution to the number one problem is simple. Your number one problem is not money. Your number one problem is cash flow. Money is a part of an abundance. It's a tool, right? It's a tool just like precious metals. It's a tool just like the air you breathe, the land you walk, the water you swim or sail upon. All these things are tools. Vegetation in the earth, all these things are tools. They're abundance. There's more of all of it than you will ever consume or be a part of. Well, money fits that too. But we've been trained, conditioned, and programmed to think other than money as part of an abundance. And better yet, we've been programmed to even believe that we weren't deserving as individuals. We believe that we don't deserve to have the wealth of the earth when everything in the earth was created for you and I. Okay, enough of the preach. The solution is a predictable and sustainable ongoing residual cash flow with 100% mutual benefit. See that line right there? That's what got me. That helped me because I want everybody to win. We're offering a service at a price point that anyone can afford. And I want you to imagine this. You have needed funding in your life. Can you imagine having funding for your highest bill or your house note or regaining the interest you pay on any of these things. Can you imagine having any of that available to you and not having to repay it? Well, that can only happen when you're your own bank. And we're going to come back and we're going to explore some of that in a minute. But I want you to see it this way. The digital wallet space is a space that's controlled through that thing you have in your hand that you might be watching from. That thing that you send out messages on is known as your smart device, your smartphone. AI, digital wallets represent more than $4.5 trillion as an industry. Trillion with a TR, okay? And it's the common belief that Venmo, Cash App, and venture-funded startups are likely to upend traditional banking by activating the mobile phone as your bank. Now, what's beautiful about this opportunity we're going to share with you tonight, we are not an investment platform. We are not an investment platform. So there is absolutely zero gambling of your money. That means that your co-op wallet, your digital wallet, your bank employs artificial intelligence, the promise of blockchain, and cooperative funding to create a private member-owned global bank. So for all of you networkers who came through the MLM space and you said you need a product, what's the product, what's the product? Your product is your own bank, a private member-owned global bank. Members can withdraw their deposits or their money on a daily basis if they so chose. And again, with no holds. All right. So I want you to understand what your income potentials are. And then we're going to show you examples of how you're going to get to it, or how you can get to it. In fact, let me just show you another example of how easy it is, because we have some folks on this platform in their embassy making so much money, they were losing their mind.
After week about this BYO bank thing, but you know what? Documentation beats conversation. So I'm going to show you something. But I want you to keep in mind that if you are in a business opportunity right now and you've been in it for a minute and it's been 6 months, 8 months, a year, and you're not receiving daily deposits into your bank account, or your residual isn't at least $500 a month to $1,000, what are you doing? I've been in this for 6 weeks, you guys, and wow, let me just show you. Let me just show you. Do you see these? Last night I got a drop. I call it a drip. A deposit drip of $49. The day before, $37. Day before that, $21. Day before that, $10, $17. That's a debit right there. That's my monthly fee, or I should say my deposit, that keeps me in business. But before that, $19, $11, $18, $6. I mean, you guys, look at these deposits. They come in every day. And what I want you to know about these deposits is every time I get a deposit into my account, 10 people above me get deposits into their account as well. This thing right here is unbelievable, and what I've been looking for years and years. So you guys, put your pride aside, okay? I don't care what you're building. If you're not receiving daily deposits into your bank account, again, what are you doing? Because we do 2 things one time, and that's all we have to ever do. And this money is going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming.
That's a fact, folks. It's going to keep coming.
I just wanted to confirm the young woman's testimony that you played, where she talks about, getting a drip every day. And I just want to confirm that, to say that I joined the co-op umbrella in January of 2021, you guys. And I have received a deposit in my co-op wallet every day since January of 2021, save maybe 3 or 4 days at most. And the thing about it is, what's so amazing about this, I'm amazed by that, first of all. And what's so amazing about this is that you really do not know where the money is coming from. I mean, I can't track that money at all. All I know is that I've received these deposits every day. And I think that what was so powerful also about our cooperative is the education that we get. You guys just don't know. If you're new to this, the education we get is second to none. Tony Robbins have nothing on what we get, truly, every day about everything. So just want to encourage people to just go for it. The money is there. You can get whatever money you want. It's there. And definitely gonna see everybody over the top.
How do we get over the top? Okay, so this is what I like to share with you. We have an opportunity here that is absolutely scalable. It's absolutely reliable. It will give you everything that you're looking for in life. And when I say give you everything that you're looking for in life, folks, let me help you understand it this way. You have an opportunity where you simply accept a $28 token from your inviter and buy 3 $28 tokens for a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. And you're going to find power in that significance of the $125 in just a moment. You're going to simply assign 1 token each to 3 strategic partners, purposeful partners, intentional partners, people that are willing to do what you do during your first 7 days, one time ever, who will also do the same one time ever. You receive a $35 deposit into your co-op wallet, your digital wallet, your bank. You receive $35 deposit, and it just continues to escalate from there. Look, just ask yourself, am I smarter than money? Just ask yourself as you go through this, because you're going to see that either you're on par or there's some learning here. The power in what we're offering, you get the opportunity to earn as you learn. Fair enough? I'm going to kill my camera again. I want to be able to give you full view of what's happening here. So again, you're simply accepting the $28 token from your inviter, right? In accepting that token from your inviter, you are now positioned to secure 3 $28 tokens for a one-time out-of-pocket of $125. That's it. And when you secure that, you're simply going to assign 1 token each to 3 strategic partners during your first 7 days, one time ever, who will also do the same one time ever. You'll receive that $35 that we're talking about, right? It'll be in your wallet. Now, this is you. I want you to understand, anything you see happening here in red represents a one-time execution from the individual. And in this sense, in this case, in this moment, it's you. You got 3 strategic partners that saw this opportunity, and now they're willing to duplicate the process. The money is so instant, and you're going to see how instant it is in just a moment. And once you start this process, your $35 officially launches you onto that predictable income escalator. Just imagine 2 steps, right? 2 steps. You're activated, you found 3 to duplicate what you've done. Now that step, those 2 steps put you on an escalator like any 2 steps you would phantom on a regular escalator. You just step on, and then you allow the automation to do the rest. Watch what the automation does here, folks. So now you already have $35 in your bank, in your bank. So now that's your first week, and you're encouraging others to do what you did in your first week. Now it's safe to assume if it only took you 7 days or less to get 3 people to do what you've done, then it's predictable that they can actually get 3 people to do exactly what you have done in their 3 to 7 days. Make sense? So look what happens in week 2. In your second week, which is those that you've invited, their first week, they now got that 35, but now you moved on. Brother Doug, is it okay if I just allow people to unmute and do a little call and response here? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right, folks. Everybody say scalable.
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 All right. I'm about to catch the ghost here. Y'all ever see a Muslim catch the Holy
Scalable.
Ghost?
Scalable. Catch that Holy Ghost, man. Catch that Holy Ghost.
I would like to see that.
I'm start talking in tongue here. Look, okay, now.
Hallelujah.
Look, that's right. So now, in that second week, those 3 that you started, your partners, they have now achieved escalator presence with their $35 in their bank because they duplicated what you've done. But do you or they stay there? Oh no. This is where the scalability comes in. Because now, where they have their 35 in their first week, this is your second week. So as a result, look at there. You now scale up to 47. And as they duplicate this process, look what happens in week 3. Look what happens in week 4. Look what happens in week 5. All this is predictable to an exact science, mathematical certainty. Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you. You see where you are here at 987? Is that more than 258 the week before? Is that more than 96 the week before that? Is that more than 47 the week before that? Or even the 35 the week before that? And heck, remember, you didn't even secure your own token. Your $28 was provided by the inviter. So this is you now in full 100% profitability. Is that right? Am I lying or am I telling the truth?
Tell the truth. Well,
all right,
minister.
Okay. So now,
Preacher,
here
bro.
you are with a one-time execution. You're in the red, or you were in the red until you embraced this opportunity. Did your partners in week 2 do any more than you in week 1? Did their partners in week 3 do any more than you did in week 1? Did their partners do any more in week 4 than you did in week 1? Are you catching the drift here, folks? You are now at $987 with everyone scaling behind you week to week on the same escalator that you took 2 steps on, and you're going through the roof. Now, that 987 could be a bill. It could be a monthly bill that comes in your position to take full advantage of, right? But it can also escalate, and it will. Think about this. Look at week 6. Look at 987 and look at 2360. There's a stark difference there, isn't it, folks? That's big. That's big. Everybody say scalable again.
Scalable.
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 I just want to make sure we're on the, I just want to
Scalable.
make sure we're on the same page.
Scalable. Yeah. Scalable. Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page because I'm a different kind of cat. All right. Let's go back to this process here. Now you see in week 2, where we just reviewed, you were at 47. Your friends got to 35. When you get to week 3, now their friends are at 35. Your friends were at 47, and your bank has scaled to 96. Now, here's something I need you to understand. In order to create unlimited wealth, you have to have the power to disengage your income generation from your time. From your time. If you find yourself having to work 20, 30, 40 hours a week, if you find yourself having to take on 2 jobs, 3 jobs, I'm here to tell you 2 jobs are for 2 people. If you find yourself doing that, you're one person. And this society stretches us. This society overwhelms us with trying to stay ahead of debt. Not even trying to stay ahead, manage debt. That's what we're taught, right? But I want you to understand, when you're able to disengage your income generation from your time, you're truly free. You're truly free. And this is something that all of us can approach. Now, what Brother Doug said about me in the beginning was true, is true. Yes, I was a 7-figure generator of assets in a previous opportunity. And that previous opportunity taught me a whole lot about what you can amass, but it taught me even more what you can lose, because my income came to a halt because I had not been a part of anything that created multiple sources, multiple streams. I was dependent on that one income, much like anyone would depend on the job if that's their income, or a supplemental if it's fixed income. You know, you're depending on that one thing that you know, and you live within that cusp or that bubble, if you will. So I was in that space, and I literally prayed and ask God to bless me to come to a space where I can help others experience the lesson that I learned. What was the lesson that I learned? That we need to find a way to create an income stream that will continue to come with very little or limited effort on our part. It's the cash flow problem that society has. And now you receive needed funding with no repayments in this opportunity if you just follow that process. And I'm here to tell anybody unapologetically, if you have to have a job, it's because your money is unemployed. Yeah, I pause for effect. If you have to have a job, your money is unemployed. That means that we don't understand the power of money. We don't understand the dynamic of money. Oh, we understand that we need it, but we don't understand the full dynamic of it. And this is why we ask ourselves, am I smarter than money? Because if we're not positioned to give money a job, if we're not in position to invite money to stay, if we're not in a position where money works for us, we need an education. And here in this process, you get to earn as you learn. Now, for all of us who are scriptural buffs, I'll share this. I know many of you will look at this and many of you have said, well, I just need to understand it first. How about earn it first and understand what you got? You see, scripture says, in all thy getting, get what, y'all?
Wisdom.
And understanding.
Understanding.
All that
Understanding.
Okay, but look at that verse. What comes first, the getting or the understanding? Talk back to me.
The getting.
The getting. So sometimes we have it mixed up, but it's okay. We've been conditioned, trained, programmed to do that. It's all right. We're drinking milk now. Our bones are getting bigger. All kinds of things are happening. When you are charged with getting in that verse, getting means earning. In all thy getting, in all thy earning, in all thy amassing, in all thy accumulating, get an understanding behind what you got. That's what it's telling us. Here you have the opportunity. Here you have the opportunity to earn as you learn. And I don't want you to squander that moment. Okay. So when I learned that this was the process for me, I jumped 10 toes in. Take a look at week number 4. We've already passed this in the other example. Your bank, 258, your friend's bank, 96, their friend's bank, 47. And now your $28 activation, which is actually a membership into this wonderful bank that you own. What happens now? Now that 28 days is up and your $28 membership is again due. But does it come from you? See, you've amassed so much that AI is going to hold it in your bank for you. So you'll never have to come back to your pocket again. Ever. Look, no more out-of-pocket fees, folks. That's what happens in day 28, week 4. Okay? But look at week 5. It's still coming. Look at week 6. Week 6 now, you're handling major bills, major payouts. You're no longer so broke you can hardly pay attention, let alone a bill. Now you're in a space where you can actually do some things. Now, here's where it really gets important to you and I to hone in, lean into this. Understand, the understanding you're getting tonight is going to mess you up so bad, you might run around your house like a person on fire and somebody's pouring gasoline on you. You're just going to be running because you can't believe this thing has passed you so long and you're ready, you're fired up, and you want to share with all. But I'm here to tell you, your family's not going to do it. Your friends are not going to do it. Your peers, your colleagues are not going to do it because they don't know you for it.
That's right.
And that's all right. And they're not doing it does not mean they don't love you.
Right.
But this is that moment that you're designed, you're ordained to be the star of your own movie and recognize the power of a supporting cast. That's what you have here, a supporting cast. What family would refuse $2,360 coming into their household to take charge of the economy under their own roof? What family in week 7 will refuse $5,242? What family in week 8 will refuse $13,423? And let me say this, that week 8 represents a monthly residual income. A monthly residual income where you're only doing one thing. How many times, folks?
2 things, one time.
One
One
time.
time.
One time, folks. One time. You know, I'm coming back in between things. I really want you to see the power of what we have. One-time execution. That $13,423. But again, mutual benefit. That thing that I love so much. Why? Because those that I invited, they are where I was the week before. And those that they invited, they are where they were a week before. You understand? 100% mutual benefit. Everybody's scaling up. When you get on the escalator, what motion are you going in on this escalator? You take 2 steps, you get on, the automation takes you where?
Up.
Up, up, up. You know, y'all stay with me now. You know, we want to keep this energy in the room. We don't want any pause to this. And this is what I want you to see. In week 8, did those invited in week 8 do anything more than what they did in week 7, or what they did in week 6, or what they did in week 5, 4, 3, 2, or what you did in week 1? Any difference? Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you all to take time right now to go get you some water. Just get you some water. If you're overheating in your house or wherever you are, just stand up, fan a little bit, and then sit right back down. Because these next 2 weeks, weeks 9 and 10, are going to mess you up. You already see you're at 13,423. Can you see yourself in week 9 being at $48,298? And mind you, a one-time execution, predictable science, mathematical certainty. That means where you end this month, you can begin the next month with bare minimum, at least right there. Now, that's a pretty big jump, $48,298 from $13,423. You ain't mad, are you? Excuse the vernacular. You aren't mad. It doesn't anger you, does it? Folks, look at week 10. Somebody look at week 10.
Why would I
Somebody
say it when I'm flat out?
see what we see. And where you end the month in this opportunity is how you begin the next one, bare minimum. And how many times did your invited in week 10 do any more than what you did in week 1? How many times did they operate in week 10? How about week 9? How about week 8, 7? It's like a countdown to wealth. 6, 5, 4, 3. How many of them did any more than what you did in week 1?
Can I say it one more time? We rich.
You better believe it.
Flat out rich.
You better believe it. You better believe it. This is that moment, folks. Don't let it squander. Don't let it go. Just understand freedom is what it's all about. I want to come back and show you now what I encouraged in the beginning, and that's being your own bank, being in that kind of control, right? I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to take us back here. I want you all to hone in on this. I want you to understand what's being articulated here. I want you to take good note for yourselves, and I want you to know that it is indeed possible. Check this out.
Patriots and great patriots of America. In fact,
what we're going to be sharing with you in more detail and to really show you how this can benefit not only you, but anyone that you know and love, whether it's, family members, friends, churches, charities, and the like. We're going to be sharing with you the little known strategy that the smartest new millionaires are using. When I say new, I'm referring to you and I, people that's a part of the Smarter Than Money community. And we're going to be breaking down how you can become your own bank. And we have a saying that when you own the bank, you never owe the bank. And so that's where number 2 comes in. We're going to show you and other people how to recapture interest on loans that they're currently paying or will have to pay if they didn't have a project or a business such as this, and to beat hedge funds at their own game, because you're going to get an NFT, which is going to give you digital ownership rights to your cooperative. And this is all at a price point that anyone can afford. We're talking about $125 one time out of pocket for 3 tokens to give to 3 friends, churches, or charities one time so they can begin to benefit from this incredible project as well. So let's go ahead and dive right into recapturing interest payments. This is very, very important. I want you to pull in. I'm going to give you an example, but you can apply your own numbers here as well. Okay. So here's our schedule. See, we have an exact science here, and failure is impossible for anyone that uses it. So we can literally show anyone that has $2,000 worth of interest that they're paying. We can show you how to cover that in 6 weeks, $5,000 worth of interest payments, 7 weeks, $10,000, 8 weeks, $20,000 or more in 9 weeks. Once again, it's an exact science, and failure is impossible for anyone that uses it. The story is the story. So let's go ahead and give an example, and I want you to encourage you to use your own numbers. For many people, this is pretty much typical of a mortgage payment, as an example here. And you can see the interest is $1,182.36 in this example here. The total amount due every month is $3,527.55. Notice the principal is $892.40. So every month, as you're trading hours for dollars, the vast majority of that payment is going towards interest and not principal, because you need to understand that the interest payment on traditional bank loans are the bank's cash flow, because we have to make those payments, every 30 days. Make sense, everyone? So you're paying interest up front and then your principal on the back end. And we're going to show you how to recapture that interest in record time in a matter of weeks. All right. So let me go ahead and do an example for you, just give you an example how this actually works here. And we're going to use those exact numbers from this example here. Okay. So let's talk about it real quick. So the interest was what? $1,182.36, right? That's per month. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that over a year. So you do the exact same thing with your mortgage payment, your car loans, your student loans, whatever the case may be. So we're going to take it over a year, which is what, 12 months, right? And that's going to come out to $14,188.32 per year. All right. Okay. So that's $14,188.32 per year, just in interest alone that you're paying. So let's just say, for instance, that you still have 10 more years on that mortgage. Okay. Typically a mortgage anywhere from 25 to 30 years. Let's just say, for the sake of this example, you have 10 more years. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that $14,000, that annual interest payment. Okay. $80.32, and we're going to multiply it times 10 years. All right. Now we're talking about that is going to be in total after 10 years, $141,883.20 in interest that you're going to be paying over the next 10 years. Now, here's what I want you to understand why this is so powerful. Do you understand, based on this schedule here, let me go here real quickly so that you guys understand exactly what I'm saying, okay? Because the interest payment on a monthly basis is $1,182.36, we can show you how to recapture okay, that within 6 weeks with our project here. Let me help you understand what I'm saying here. So here's the monthly interest payment. We can help you capture that in 6 weeks, literally saving you $141,883.20. All right. We're talking about doing that in 6 weeks for a one-time out of pocket of $125 that you're going to give forward to 3 people who also want to save a tremendous amount of money on their interest payment within our schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, when you own the bank, you don't have to owe the bank. And so I want to encourage you to take your numbers, your mortgage payment, your car loans, your student loans, all right, multiply, look at the interest and itemization, look at principal versus interest, and you're going to find that for most part, your interest is going to be higher than your principal on these monthly payments. Multiply times 12 to come out with your annual interest payment. Then take that and multiply it by the years remaining, and you're going to come up with a big amount that we can show you how to save based on our schedule, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to think about how powerful that is. We're talking about a one-time out of pocket of $125 to basically open up 3 accounts, 3 of your closest friends that are interested in firing their boss, having 7 days of Saturday, waking up when they get through sleeping, and saving a tremendous amount of money on interest with our particular project here. We're literally showing people how to become their own bank and recapture interest on loans in record time because we are the bank. Once again, it's an exact science, and failure is impossible for anyone that uses it. We're talking about offering people better, cheaper, and faster. And we know that anyone with a sober thinking mind wants better, cheaper, and faster, because words talk, but numbers scream. And so it's very, very important that you go ahead and put your numbers in that equation that I just shared with you, so that you don't have to believe in the words that we're saying to you, that the numbers will be screaming at you in terms of how much we can save you, and you can turn around and help 3 of your closest friends save a tremendous amount of money by creating their own bank. We hope that you find this thing helpful, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you over the top.
Man, I lose my mind over that each and every time. I want you to visualize something here, and then I'm going to close for any questions that we can answer for you. And we're particularly interested in those, yes, first timers, people who have not seen this before, people who have questions about its certainty or the walk. This will be that opportunity for you. But let me just paint a picture for you. Again, these are the words that resonate with me with Brother Doug. Reliable, sustainable, scalable residual income with 100% mutual benefit for the entire community. Now, for those of you who have ever heard of an MLM, for those of you who have ever heard of a pyramid system, for those of you who have ever heard of network marketing, none of these things are that. Remember, we are a private member-owned bank on the blockchain. Now, what makes this so significant? Because your membership is only $28. And in this membership, you have now positioned yourself for what's known as a success line. See, there's no breakouts here. There's no different matrices here. There's no compensation plans here that you have to involve yourself in to go out and get one line to get active, or this line to get active, or that line to get active. None of that exists here. There's only one line, and that's the success line. It's an escalator to some, and it's an elevator to others. That $28 gives you the power. Now check this, check. Okay, all right. This is you, your $28. You paid your $28 to get active. Guess what happens? 9 people above you have just earned against your $28 subscription, your membership. Or 10 people above you. You paid your 28, or you activated. We all earned reliable, sustainable, scalable, and I left out another S word, simultaneously, folks. Everybody that comes after you from your point, now you earn from everyone as a success line continues, and 9 above you will earn. You understand? That's where you are now. And you might find yourself in the hopes of developing charities, churches, businesses, teams, fraternities, sororities, organizations, mosques, synagogues, temples, right? All these entities are available to you. This is a great summer season. This summer season, everybody has somebody they know that is going to a family reunion. Family reunions, after they do all the cookout, after they do the church service, after they do all the other things that come with it traditionally, they also meet to figure out how they're going to fund next year. Let's say this is you and you're heading to your family reunion. Well, you can get to that with that committee and create a project, and that project will allow you to fund the city of choice, the time of year, meaning many do it every year, some do it every couple of years, some do it every 3 years, some do it every 5 years. Whatever the process is, there'll need to be a budget for it. How about you making your project for your summer celebration and allow everyone to join it? Your parishioners, your teams, your organization, your family members, everybody get involved to create that scalable, passive, residual income. I want to show you one more thing before we close, to go to that Q&A. And I appreciate you. I'm so disjointed and full over what we have. You know, I do want to show you this one more thing.
Each and every one of you over the top.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Brother Doug, can you tell me where the escalator slide is on the chart?
The one with Greg Baldwin speaking, or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say that is like round slide. It's like slide 13, I think, or either week 13.
Okay.
Yeah, see if that's it. I believe that's it.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah, you have to
Absolutely
fast forward
different. So we're not the pyramid deal, okay? So any guests on the line that you have that in the back of your head, I want to really help you liberate you from that, because that's what's keeping you from potentially millions of dollars. And when you think about the pyramid, there was a member that shared this just on Saturday. It was so true. And they were basically saying, if you have a boss above you and your boss makes more money than you, by definition, that's a pyramid, okay? But let me show you guys how this works. See, when one earns deposits, so every time a digital asset is opened up, right, 10 people receive a micro residual deposit. So we're literally dividing our efforts but multiplying our results. So let me show you how we're different from corporate American pyramid or multi-level marketing. Let me show you guys how this works here. So let's say this is you and you activate 3 accounts, right? So when you do that, you're going to receive $35, right? But guess what? 9 other people that were in line in front of you on the escalator saw an increase in their residual cash flow based on you doing your one-time execution. And you don't even know who those people are, right? So let's say you introduce Doug. Doug does the exact same thing, executes, activates accounts, he makes money. When that happened, boom, you receive more money residually, and 8 other people that were in line before you, we saw an increase in their residual deposits. Doug introduces a church. Kathy just talked about a church needs a new carpet. I mean, churches are always looking to create more revenue for their building fund, right? So the church goes ahead and does the one-time execution, activates some accounts, they receive money. When that happened, Doug saw an increase in his residual cash flow. So did you, and 7 other people that were in line ahead of you saw an increase in their residual cash flow. They got escalated up. The church introduces Beverly. Beverly does the 2 steps, one time activating 3 accounts. When she made more money, guess what happened? The church made more money. Doug made more money. You made more money. 6 other people that were in line ahead of you escalated up on the income escalator. Let's say Beverly introduces her brother. And let's just say, for the sake of this example, the brother lives over in Europe, a different time zone, different hemisphere even, right? They need money over there too, right? He activates the accounts, he received money. When that happened, Beverly saw an increase. The church over here in the States saw an increase in their money. Doug and you saw an increase in your residual cash flow. The brother introduces his church over there in Europe, right? They need money too. The church activates the accounts, they receive money. When that happened, the brother saw an increase. Beverly, the church over here in the States, Doug and you saw an increase in your residual cash flow. And might I add, you already have an international bank, right? The church introduces Linda. Linda activates accounts. She receives the money. Boom. Everyone saw an increase. They escalated up predictably on the income escalator. Linda introduces Bridget. Bridget activates her accounts. Bam. Everyone just got escalated up. Independent, because you, Doug, the church, Beverly, the brother, the other church, and Linda haven't done anything since your first week. Bridget introduces Belinda. Belinda activates her accounts. When that happened, bam. Everyone escalated up in residual deposits, because when 1 earns, 10 earn, remember? Belinda introduces a charity, right? The charity gets involved, activates the account, bam. Everyone escalated up in their residual deposits. So understand, we are a bottom-up deal. The money flows from the bottom up. Really pay attention. This is so huge to understand. See, when it comes from the bottom up, look at the top. There's so much room at the top for everyone to win financially. It's decentralized, meaning it's not a monopoly. It's not a centralized authority. It's permissionless. You don't have to ask anyone permission for a pay raise, right? You don't have to ask anyone for permission to go on a vacation, right? We talked about doing this in 7 days or less. You guys understand the math is the math. It doesn't have to take seven days to activate 3 accounts. We have people doing it in 1 hour. You guys understand that 10 week can be 10 hours and the numbers would still be the same. We have the control over how fast this thing grows. So we're not the top-down pyramid. See, your company gets the money first and then they cut you a check and they pay it downward. And there's only limited amount of spaces at the top of any company or corporation. And someone typically has to die or get fired for you to get an increase in your salary. So it's centralized. It's permissioned. You have to ask people for permission to get a pay raise. You have to ask someone at your job for permission to go on a vacation. Over here in a decentralized environment, it's bottom up. The money flows bottom up, not top down. It's not a bureaucracy here, right? So we're not the pyramid. We're inverted, if you will. That's why we don't have any competition. So what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, we are strategically, in other words, purposely strategizing to escalate our partner's residual cash flow with predictability and mathematical certainty. There's room at the top and over the top for everyone. And here's the beautiful thing, I'll leave you guys with this, is that it's a 3x10 cooperative. So what happens, let's just say, if there's 7 billion people on the planet, right? So people say, well, Greg, let's say I'm number 7 billion. Well, who are the 3 people I'm going to be able to draw from? Do you guys understand that how this works is that it will automatically open up another 3x10 cooperative for you, independent of your involvement? How many of you have more than 1 bank account? Or maybe you have more than 1 bank account plus PayPal account, Cash App account, Venmo account. These are nothing more than digital wallets, you guys. So this thing is the ultimate cash flowing machine. So understand that we're in the cash flowing business. We're not in the dividend business. We're not in the investing business, right? We're not in the percent daily business. We are in the liquid cash flowing business, you guys. just like banks.
I guess that's all I wanted to share with you this evening. I hope and pray that it's found favor on you. I'm hoping that whatever I brought to the platform that may not have been to your liking, please charge it to my head and not my heart, because I'm absolutely 10 toes in the game. I love us for being willing to love ourselves. This is that kind of opportunity where you can love yourselves and prove it to yourself by doing that thing, that fundamental thing that will give you the freedom, because freedom, folks, is what it's all about. Mr. Doug Ford, over to you, sir.
Absolutely. Wow. Man, I tell you what, you knocked it out of the park, my friend. Appreciate you so much. Man, just laying it all out, folks. That's what we do. We're just an open book. We share literally how transparent and how this thing happens and performs as advertised. And Mr. Muhammad, I mean, you always do a fantastic job of that. Just keeping it simple, really. We're just doing 2 fundamental steps, folks. And we're literally just duplicating and replicating a one-time investment of labor. And think about that. Money is coming to us instantly and instantly, continuously, folks. Your inviter, okay, anytime you receive, your inviter is going to receive. Anytime those people receive, you're going to receive, and your inviter is going to receive again. Think about it. You can't not receive every time your partners receive. Where are they doing that at? Right here, folks. It's the only place that they're doing that, right? So, guys, we'll open up for any Q&A. If there's any guest that may have a question, you know, many times I know we open up for Q&A, but maybe you heard something or seen something that may trigger the thought in your mind. If you want to ask any question, just go down to the bottom, hit reactions, and then raise your hand. Or right next to reactions, you have the raise your hand button, and we'll see your hand raised. If there's any guest need any clarity whatsoever, please, pretty please, don't be shy. Raise your hand. The only dumb question is the one that you don't ask, as they say. Any questions?
I do see one in that was privately sent to me. Is there a tweet on the platform?
Is there a what on the platform?
A young lady or a gentleman named Tweet.
Tweet, okay.
I had a cousin, he was known as Tweet. The question is there an age limitation?
Is there an age limitation? I mean, typically, theoretically, you want at least to be 18. But if you have somebody who's under 18, they can like put it in a parent's name, or you know, whoever's their legal guardian, they can put it in their name. And then once they become 18, they can, you know, simply take the account over and you can put it in their name. I mean, it doesn't require any social security or, you know, no type of legal identification. It just really needs an email address, folks. There's no KYC, okay? It is a decentralized environment. You just need an email, and you can just take your name out or take that parent's name out and put it in the child's name when they turn 18, right? If you have a business, you can put it in the business name. If you have an LLC, you can put it in that name. If you have a nonprofit, it can go in the name of that nonprofit. Okay? Absolutely.
Great question.
Great question. Anybody else have a question? I see once I begin receiving $987 a month, that will continue each month. Yes, the escalator doesn't appear to ever reduce. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I mean, it just continues to scale. And the reason why your money is scaling because everybody else's money is scaling, okay, as advertised. See, folks, that's what makes this thing 1,000% sustainable. Because your friends are scaling too instantly and simultaneously as others are getting on the escalator after them.
See your hand, Mr. Christopher 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗏.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, look, hold on. I want to know, is Rhonda Gayle, is she on the platform? I couldn't see.
Rhonda Gayle?
Is RGT on the platform? I couldn't see. I just wanted to know because
Yeah,
we
I'm here.
were in the, okay, Ron, we was in the middle. We was in the middle of something. I just wanted to let you know Ron had got kicked off, but I don't know if he got on here, but we might still need you afterward.
Oh, okay.
All right, I just wanted to say that. I apologize, y'all. I just wanted to get that in real quick.
Ron is here.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Okay, my bad. I apologize. Hey, great presentation though.
Absolutely.
We thank you. We thank you. Anyone else, folks? We really want you to ask those questions. Let me give it to you the way my father used to tell me. I used to get flat out upset because he knew something was pining away at me. He knew that I didn't know how to do a thing. He knew it. And I want to talk about everything around it with the hope that, you know, by some osmosis, or maybe I'll talk to him later. And he would say this to me, and I want you to hear this. He said, there was a man who didn't ask a question for 5 minutes. That means he was a fool for 5 minutes. What you want to determine for yourself is how long you want to be a fool.
Love
You
it.
don't want to be done to this. You already know that we're offering something to you here that you've never, ever encountered in your life. You know, and so there are questions. There are questions. You may not feel as comfortable sharing with people on the platform, maybe your voice, but here's the thing, folks. You're no different from each and every one of us on this platform. So your question can help tens and thousands of people. And this is the power of our coming together and sharing, because sharing is caring. We want for you residually the answers and the solutions just as much as we want for you the wealth. It's inevitable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Questions going. Here we go. All right. Yes, Jason Smith. Yes, sir.
Greetings, family. Thank you all for being here, sharing this sacred space with me. I know I'm not supposed to be concentrating on people who have said no, but it just seems so hard when you have a mother who is a pastor of a church with a roof falling in, and she still says no. It's difficult for my community to understand this is not the industrial revolution anymore. This is the age of AI and information moving quickly. So I don't want the legacy of my late father to go down because we're stuck in the Stone Age. My mother can be so influential over the flock, but I need some help. I really do. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you for accepting my statement.
Absolutely. One thing I would recommend that you can definitely do, Jason, is don't try to go at it alone. Maybe there could be just, you know, a good relationship there of trust, and, you know, they believe that you wouldn't involve them in anything unethical, but maybe it could be just an influence of success or business. What you could do in that situation, connect with your enroller or your enroller leader and do like a three-way call, set up a three-way call, and maybe just have that, you know, that mother or that pastor mother just be like, hey, mother, just on the strength of our relationship, this is something I just want you to look at least take a look at it before you even make any decision. If you don't do it, hey, it's no problem. It won't hurt our relationship one bit, but at least take a look at it. Therefore, once you see it, and if you still say no, at least you've seen it. I just believe, just based on our relationship, this is something that you just seriously need to just take a look at. And there again, if you don't like it, if you don't feel it could be a benefit to you or those that you're connected to, then so be it. But, you know, use that relationship, just will look at it and let them know. Even if you don't do it, it doesn't infringe on our relationship at all. Because sometimes that's some of the reason why people don't want to see it, because they be like, well, if I tell them no, how is that going to be on our relationship? Hey, it's no harm, no foul. Because we believe this, especially a person in that position, once they see this, it's going to be hard for them to unsee it.
And to a point that Brother Doug made, I'll say it this way. Success is not a solo sport.
Yeah.
It's not. So you're going to find your success where it lands. My mentor taught me that this is an opportunity that will be built with strangers. It doesn't mean that our loved ones love us any less. You are now charged with a responsibility to be the star of your own movie. That's just the bottom line. And then everything else is support. Now, I will share this if I don't mind, if you don't mind. Brother Jason, I know well, and I know his passion for what his father erected there in California. And one day I was speaking with him and they had a food bank going on. And I understand the food bank's like every Thursday. Am I right, Jason?
We had it today.
Okay.
And downside, and that has even had to downsize because we wouldn't just not doing as well, you know. But
check this out. Check this out. Check this out. See, you're not void of ideas and you're not void of tools that are in your hand. So did you talk to me once about your dream of having a farm to table activity?
Yes, sir.
That's the hope and that's the dream, the overall goal. You don't want to just have a food bank where people come out on Thursdays and they participate in the tens of thousands. You want to make sure that there's no middle way. You want to restore farm to table. That's your dream. That's your goal. Check this out. Why don't you come next Thursday and there have a table out and have a sign-up sheet and say, join our farm to table project to take this forward. Now, you would have already signed up your farm to table project, and the people that join on to you with their interest, you reach out to them with the opportunity. You already have a committed audience, and you will have the not only the revenue towards the project, but you'll also have your mother seeing the support of the parishioners doing that ministry, enacting that ministry. And so it takes a level of action. Look, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. And sometimes you just got to step out there on what you know and roll with the faith. You got it. You got it. And it will prove itself. What you're doing alone and looking to serve, it's not that we're disappointed in what maybe we can't get our loved ones to move on. Where we are is the fact that we are servants and we want it so bad and so passionately for the overall community because we see this. Love on everybody, but wait for no one.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. That was well said because, like, you know, I can definitely say that about myself. You know, I've had some family members get involved, but I had some family members that didn't see the vision. But as long as I saw the vision, you know, the only person I was worried about being involved was me. The only person I was worried about seeing the vision was me. Once I saw the vision, people then saw my belief, right? They saw my tenacity, they saw my conviction, and that oozed out of them. And they knew, okay, he's on to something and he believes in it wholeheartedly. And yeah, they see it. And so, you know, now, you know, I have people that I only met through this organization, through this business, because, you know, I wouldn't stop. I was relentless. Now my family is now wanting to be on board because now they see, you know, it's been over 570 days that I've literally been receiving a deposit each and every day.
Each and every day.
Right? But they could have been involved since day one, but it's okay. It's all right. And, you know, you guys got to be okay with that. But at least do your part, at least try to get it in front of them. And that way they can't come back and tell you, well, why you didn't tell me about it? Well, hey, I made the attempt, but, you know, maybe it wasn't a great timing for you or you wasn't right. You wasn't in the right headspace to really see this. Absolutely.
I do my part so much, they just get sick of me. I am the true definition of what an entrepreneur is, and they just hate see me coming.
Absolutely. So what you have to do is just go out there and, you know, and share this with some others. Trust me, just go out there and share it with some others. Yeah, we're going to go with Mr. Christopher, and then we're going to close it out. Mr. Christopher, yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Look, I just want to say one thing. Look, I was brought to this opportunity about a month ago, be honest with you. And I've been in other opportunities, Brother Eric can attest to this. I've been in opportunities with him. These were really lucrative opportunities, man. And I've been around people that made a lot of money. You know what I mean? And I've saw it from my own eye. And I've had a taste of it. And once you get that taste, you can never lose it. And people, you attract people just by your presence because they know what is going to happen when you come around. They say, oh, something, he about to give us something. And for a while, I was walking around in the wilderness because I had no home. But I'm glad that I've really found a home here, and I'm locked in all the way. And I'm going to tell y'all, I came from a lot. You know, I've had over 20 surgeries in the last 5 years. I'm a double transplant recipient, new kidney, new pancreas. I was on dialysis for 9 months. I was in 5 comas. I've been through it all. And through all of that, I'm going to tell you, I'm here for a reason, and I know it. So anybody out there that's struggling, don't let nobody out here steal your dream. You know what you want. So all you got to do is keep putting the one foot in front of the other, and don't let nobody shake you off your tree. You got to hold your ground and be like Shaquille O'Neal in the post and lock it down. And trust me, the people going to come to you. They're going to come to you. Just keep coming to these Zooms, keep bringing your people to these Zooms. I don't care if you got to drag them, because this is something that can save the world if we all put our heads together and work together. Just like when you got your link and the hands are holding each other, I told my daughter, that's each one of us pulling each other up. And if we all think like that, we can take this thing to the top. So that's all I got to say, y'all. Let's go, y'all.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Bro, let's get flat out.
Absolutely. Well, guys, listen, just want to make some couple of announcements. Tomorrow we're having another Friday night clergy meeting. So if you guys have some people that are of the clergy, pastors, bishops, apostles, and people also of the Islamic faith that also are part of that, and that'd be a great call, because the message is sort of, catered to those in the clergy position. So that call is going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to post a link to that, so you guys can invite your folks in those positions to that call tomorrow. It's going to be rock solid, fired up, and they'll be able to just hear this information, how they can take it and impact their communities and those that they are connected to. And then remember, on Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time is our cannot miss Saturday Locker Room Masterclass. That's part of our system. It's part of our growth and education that we provide. So make sure you are attending on that. That, again, is going to be Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be posting all that in our social media communities. If you guys don't have access to all of our social media communities, you want to get access to that, because you can plug your team and prospects into those communities as well. We have our Smarter Than Money Facebook group and Telegram. We have Predictable Cash Flow Mindset, that Facebook community. And we have We Run the Bank. That's also a Telegram community. We'll post those links in the communities as well, so you guys can get access to it. I see we have Sharon Leslie. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Greetings, everybody. I just want to take this opportunity to recognize one of my guests, straight out of Jamaica, just here this evening, Mr. Jason Sr. We appreciate you. We welcome you. We thank you for taking the time out to be here, to see something new, open up your mind to something new, because that's the only way we can prosper. The only way we can grow to the next level is by us shifting our mindset and get to the next level by seeing new opportunities. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh man, I already know if Jason was with Sharon, Jason, you in good hands. You can hear the
yard boy, man.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, once again, I want to thank Mr. Eric Muhammad. Just an absolutely outstanding work. I don't like to say job. Just outstanding work that you've done on tonight. And be ready to look to come again and again and again. Got to have you up. I love your fire. I love your passion. I love your enthusiasm. and your humor. I love it all. You bring it all to the table, and we love that, guys. We love it. We love it. This is a way we can bring our superpowers together, and we can do some just impactful and great things for this whole entire community. And guys, as we like to conclude every time we come together, we just don't want to see you guys at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you scaling in your ongoing residual daily cash flow. But most importantly, we want to see each and every one of you way, way, way over the top. Take care. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.